Back to the daily grind. The channel's getting false flagged by triggered trolls, so make sure you subscribe to the new channel. Let's get to the MMA news. All I gotta say is welcome to the motherfucking Sugar Show. I was one of the first people on the bandwagon, and I already told you I'm rolling till the wheels fall off. The young boy's only 22 years old, and he's got nothing but room to grow. Sean O'Malley's undefeated right now, Sugar Sean O'Malley. He was on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, I believe week 3, and he stole the show. He was the only fighter that week to get the contract, and also he was the very first UFC fighter to ever comment on one of our videos. So what the fuck, you Tam Mad? Let's go. Sean O'Malley, he's coming for the knockout. I believe he was bantamweight. I'm pretty sure I remember that. I mean, I'm not crazy. He's coming for knockouts. He said he feels like he can knock anybody out. He feels like he's ready for the UFC, even though he's only 22 years old. He said he thought he was going to be in. He always said he was going to be in by the time he was 25, and that's not because he didn't feel like he was ready to be in before then. He just didn't want to say it. He was going to be in the UFC before he was 25 and not make it. But he still feels like he's ready. He said he goes into every fight thinking, I'm going to knock this dude out, and it's going to be a highlight reel finish. My last 2 fights both went viral, and even before the fight, I did an interview saying that's what's going to happen, and that's what happened. It doesn't matter if I'm fighting a wrestler or a striker. My goal isn't just to win, it's to win by knockout. I don't want to win a boring decision. Let's fucking go. Who does that remind you of? Fight of the year contender Justin Gaethje. He doesn't care how the fight goes, but the good thing about Sean O'Malley is he didn't say he's coming in to either get knocked out or knock someone out. He said he's coming in to win by knockout. So that's a little more promising than saying I'm either gonna get knocked out or knock someone out, even though I fuck with Justin Gaethje. But Sean O'Malley is a lot younger than Justin Gaethje, and also he has less fights, less experience than Justin Gaethje. So, I mean, they're not the same fighter at all. I'm not trying to compare them. I'm just saying they're both entertaining fighters. They're coming in there to entertain. So that's a good sign. That means they're going to be fan favorites. I know every time Sean O'Malley fights, I swear I'm having everybody that I usually watch the fights with is definitely going to be watching that fucking fight with me, casual or not. The microwave, my fucking boys have been watching since before me, everybody. Everyone's going to be watching Sean O'Malley's fights as long as I got something to say about it, because that's what the fuck, he's an entertaining fighter, and that's what that brings. When you're an entertaining fighter, that's what that brings. The general public, the casual fans, the fucking loyal fan base. That's what Sean O'Malley I think is gonna have, and he's only 22, so hopefully the UFC is able to, get him good fights instead of throwing him to the wolves. I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, he's coming from the Contender Series, so there's no reason. I mean, actually, you could, as far as not throwing him to the wolves, I'm fine with seeing him against someone right outside the top 15 or a top 15 fighter. I'm saying there's no reason, unless he wants it, to throw him in there against a top 5 fighter yet. But if he's ready, if he wants to, go ahead. Shit, I'll be watching. Even if he loses, I'll still be watching his next fight. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be watching his fights no matter what his record is in the UFC now that he's in here. If he goes undefeated, of course, I'm still going to be a fan. If he comes in here and takes 2 losses straight, I'm still going to be a fan. I told you, I'm riding till the wheels fall off. It don't matter. I'm the lifelong fan of this fucking dude just from what I've seen so far. And as a matter of fact, I'll be honest, he said his last 2 fights went viral, so I'm probably not the first one on the bandwagon, because my first fight I watched was actually the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. So I'm probably not the first person on the bandwagon, but I know a lot of you are probably still critical, like, oh, hey, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not. That's my fucking dude. What the fuck you time at? So let's get it. Welcome to the fucking Sugar Show. I'll be watching. Whenever you hear me talking about a Sean O'Malley fight, you can best believe I'm gonna be motherfucking hyped up, because I'm fucking amped right now just thinking about his fucking UFC debut. What the fuck you time at, dude? It is what it is. Let the hitters know what the fuck you think about. I was about to smoke some weed with this Mexican chick, but when I asked her if she had her papers, she took off running.